did, in fact, prove the
Keith
defect.
Masbach, let me ask you, what's your level of concern that if something isn't discovered within the next few days, by the time that battery on the black box expires, that all hope will be lost?
This is a tough problem, Michael. You know, we have used the satellites to take a look before we were able to get ships and aircraft on station. Now we've got the ships there. We've got helicopters flying off those ships. We've got some of the most capable sub-hunting, surface scanning aircraft in the world over that area every day, searching as much as they can. And you know, we're going to be in a tough spot. We are losing the battle against time.
Look, this is right in your wheelhouse, Keith, this issue of satellite technology because of the role that you used to play on behalf of our government. Are you concerned that not all the nations actively involved in this search are sharing sufficiently their data? I gave the examples at the outset of this conversation, and of course, you know, that Chinese image that looks blurry is one that raises a lot of questions.
You know, we talked a little bit about this on Saturday, Michael. This is a contested part of the globe. You've got, you know, problems from the Spratlys down to the Senkakus, right, where you've got disputes over mineral rights and oil issues and territorial issues. Then you come around and a long-standing issue in the Strait of Malacca, where you at least had Indonesia and Malaysia and Singapore come together for a little bit in 2004 to cooperate to deal with the piracy issue. But there is a lot of tension here, and they just simply don't have the sort of sharing regimes, the relationships, and the organizations that create the opportunity to share readily.
Is this a blind spot for the United States government? Because it occurs to me that there's been no satellite imagery, at least that I'm familiar with, that's been produced by our government of that area.
Well, I can tell you that imaging in the middle of nowhere in the ocean is not a blind spot. It's just not somewhere you're going to use resources, right? Think about what the national security infrastructure of the United States has to deal with today. They've got to worry about tensions between North and South Korea. They've got to worry about Russian armor massed on the Ukrainian border. They've got to worry about Syria. So there's lots of things to do, and there's a finite number of assets.
Stephen Marks, the development today, as you know, is that the last words from the pilot apparently not as initially reported. Of what significance? You know, read those tea leaves if you would.
Well, it's hard to put a lot of significance. What's significant is the fact that the Malaysian government is giving us misinformation. The second and most recent report is a more common type of report that a pilot would give to a controller. So it gives you some indication that the pilots were acting appropriately. What we would like to have, and what everybody should have, is the actual voice recordings, because you can tell from the tone, the intuitions, you can actually tell so much more if you actually listen to the recording as opposed to a transcript. I've heard, even on your show earlier, there were comments made that the transponder was turned off. Now, we don't know for sure if it was turned off. We know it stopped emitting, or at least that's what we're told. But there's where you jump to conclusions without any facts. Without the raw data, without the information that's available to the investigation, we can't independently verify what's going on.
But Keith Masbach, to follow up Stephen's point, if only the final 2 hours are that which is recorded, and if in fact this plane was flying on its own devices for 7 hours, those tapes could be blank.
Absolutely. You know, welcome to intelligence work. Welcome to law enforcement work. Welcome to crash investigation, Michael. It is piecing together a puzzle, and every new piece of information has to be dealt with in the context of what you already have and what your assumptions are.
But to state the obvious, Stephen Marks, I mean, there's such frustration. I feel for those families. But you know, here in the States, around water coolers, everybody says, my God, with the technology that we have today, why isn't there a solution to this? Why, after Air France 447, have we put ourselves in a position like this?
Well, at Air France, we had the ACARS system, so we had all the error messages going back to France. We pretty much knew in real time what was occurring. What's amazing here is that the ACARS messages stopped, which might indicate some type of catastrophic failure. We don't know. It's unlikely, in my opinion, that it would have been intentionally turned off. There would be no reason to do that. That's surprising. When we have cell phones where hundreds of millions of people can be tracked at one time in the United States, when we need to figure out where somebody was, we can do that. But we can't follow a 747 or 777 jet around the world is unimaginable to me. And the pain and the agony these families are facing should have been avoided.
And Keith, to his point, because this is something that I've come back to, if I'm up to no good, if I'm acting with sinister motivation aboard that flight, why am I wasting time with ACARS? You know, I want that transponder turned off, but who cares if there's information transmitted from ACARS, because that's not going to tip off a government as to what's in progress.
Yeah, obviously that's one of the mysteries here, Michael, and I think what's important and what he's referring to is that the capability exists on orbit. We heard about Globalstar, we've got Iridium, we've talked about Inmarsat. The capability readily exists on orbit. I think you've got to go to some of your aviation experts and ask them about the decision process to get these things into the cockpit.
Stephen Marks and Keith Masbach, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you.